we just want your side of the story. A tight-lipped janitor.
Absolutely the most excessive.
An outraged analyst.
Yes,
You haven't looked into it.
Oh, excuse me.
And Bart managers trying to explain. What is it back there?
We're not going back there.
Trying to stop us.
Do you feel that you were doing
I
your job
appreciate
correctly,
your time.
managing the money?
Even trying to walk out twice.
And that you have not looked into
Best
it
we can.
or audited
We
it?
have.
While serious questions about their management and your money remain.
Wait, you have a mic on now.
The squeaks and squeals of possible problems began at San Francisco's Powell Station. As thousands of passengers moved through this dusty and sticky and littered and trash-stuffed station. 2 investigators also saw this custodian cleaning and scrubbing and mopping. The price of his cleaning and his service in 2015 was $57,945.
The riders are paying
The riders are paying for it.
But they're actually paying much, much more. While looking at all public salaries across the entire state, Transparent California found that this one janitor, Liang Zhao Zhang, made an additional $162,050, bringing this janitor's total salary and benefits in 2015 to $271,243.
He's quadrupled the salary through overtime.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, not at all.
Is
Nothing
it outrageous?
close. It's absolutely outrageous.
2 investigators then obtained his time card data, and while plotting it out across a calendar, discovered that Bart paid Zhang every single day in 2015, mostly for working and for overtime, sometimes for sick leave or vacation, but every single day. The days with overtime are almost always 17 hours long and many times paid $943 per day. At one point, in fact, Bart says he worked 16 and 17-hour days for 29 days in a row.
Superhuman. You know, I mean, that is.
Is that even possible?
The average reaction to that is, how is that possible?
Most people say no to additional work, with the exception of this one system service worker, Zhang Lao.
Bart says there's so much work and so much overtime.
What's the condition now?
Because of this.
Again?
Again and again, he says the homeless are overwhelming his staff and overwhelming their duties.
Their primary duty is to come here and clean urine, okay? Feces. They're picking up multiple syringes per day, which is totally unacceptable.
And that, he says, makes hundreds of hours of overtime acceptable.
People are not raising their hands saying, I want some of that overtime. Mr. Zhang has said yes, he's worked hard, he's completed his assignments, so I stand by the work he's done.
Have you ever checked up on him in these 4 years?
Have I checked up on him? No.
But 2 investigators checked for him twice, randomly requesting 2 days of video from Bart's own surveillance system. And while we see him working hour after hour, mopping with this machine, emptying the trash and cleaning countertops, we didn't often see him at the elevator that is his, quote, primary duty.
Their primary duty is to come here and clean urine.
And we do see him looking at a phone with a coworker, standing around here and in and out of this door over and over again.
There's nothing but storage of equipment back there. That's not their office, so.
Well, we see them spending a lot of time back there in that room. So what is it? Is it an office or is it a storage room? What is it back there?
We're not going back there.
But it appears Zhang goes back there, and often. On this day, Zhang appears to go in there in the morning and come out an hour later. Then 2 hours later, he appears to go in at 10:59 and come out at 11:53. Same thing on this day. It looks like he goes in at 2:14 and comes back out at 3:44, an hour and a half later. Then again at 7:32 for an hour and 18 minutes. We asked him about it at the same door.
Why are you spending so much time in that closet, sir?
No, just lunchtime now.
Yeah, but we have you on tape spending hours inside that closet.
No, I don't.
Yeah, 2 hours in 1 day, sir.
No.
Yes, we did. Are you working inside the closet?
Yeah, I walk it. So.
You're working inside that closet for 2 hours a day?
Machine, yeah.
Sir, can you
Can
tell me, how are you possibly working 17 hours a day? Is that possible?
Then he again disappeared behind this door.
So why is one of your janitors in a closet for more than an hour during his shift?
I don't know.
Bart's general manager, Grace Carnican, says she had never seen the video.
This is the time card data.
And never seen this 2-month sample of his time cards, where Bart's own records show he failed to punch out and verify his hours again and again and again.
And this is just in 2 months. So knowing that, is that concerning to you?
Well, this piece is news to me. Yes, that would be concerning. If we had an examination with the supervisor and there wasn't a good reason for that.
His supervisor did approve it, but there's been no extensive examination and no audit during the 4 years from 2012 to 2015, where Zhang made more than $705,000 in pay and benefits.
Only for janitors, that's obscene. It's unconscionable.
And unconscionable, he says, that there's been no audit for 49 other janitors, who Bart confirms also made more than $100,000 in 2015.
This has been going on for years.
So is there a problem there?
There's absolutely, I mean, there's I would say, a catastrophic management failure there.
Do you think this deserves an audit to see what's happening?
Not on the face of it.
But we're talking about the overtime with your janitors.
So we've increased the staffing 2 years in a row. We reduced the overtime this past year. We've reduced the number of hours for overtime.
Do you feel that you were doing your job
appreciate
correctly
your time.
managing the money? Wait, you have a mic on, ma'am.
After she eventually left,
Are these still all the cleaning duties right now?
and despite first giving us this list,
It's very hard to get past number 2 right now.
Bart later said that Zhang might have worked his way down to number 11 twice and might have cleaned inside this closet for 2 hours a day. And despite first saying this,
Is that where they have their lunch or anything? Is
No,
it a
the
break
lunch,
room?
the break room is over here to the left.
Bart also later said Zhang might have been taking his 30-minute break inside the closet for part of the time, but Bart doesn't actually track breaks. And despite their own surveillance video, Bart says it's not certain that Zhang is in all of the video, while saying it is, quote, obvious that he is in some.
This is the cleanest I've ever seen it.
Well,
Since our investigation began, there has been a clean sweep of San Francisco's Powell Station.
But I do agree with you that those levels, those standards are not good.
And while Bart maintains that this high-paid janitor is squeaky clean,
What happened?
it does admit that some sort of deeper cleaning might soon arrive.
I agree
Especially
with you on
with
the
what we're
cleaning part.
paying this janitor and others?
What we want to do is manage the situation better. You're right.